What's up, traders? Going 5 for 7 today. Doing fairly decent. It's been our best day all month, if not for the last couple months, I think. Let's get to it. Alright, traders, so starting here with Macy's. Again, if you want to watch any of these trades live, feel free to go over to the Twitch channel, check out the highlights section. They're all in there. Let's give a little zoom in here on Macy's. It'll look a little bit better than it does now. But yeah, nice little pop out of the gate through 50, got up to the whole dollar, and it did not want to go through the whole dollar very much. You can see it really struggled. Let's draw a random line on here so I can actually click things. You can see we got in at 25.01. The high of this candle was 25.06. We started the drop down, took some off on the flush through 25, held on to some more, got some more down here, and was really hoping this would fall over. That big pullback made me think that it could, so we kept some instead of taking it all off here. And I was going to just cut the rest at high of day. It went all the way to 25, kept rejecting. So we actually added back, looking like it didn't want to break back through. Took that add back off, so we locked in a little bit more, but then ultimately it went back to high of day. We really wanted to get the rest down below that 24.50 area, but unfortunately, just didn't want to do it. And boy, did it not want to do it. Our trade we were messing with it down here at 25. This thing's all the way up here at 28, and it's just grinding away. Second trade was on FCEL. This is the one that kind of gave us some trouble today. The first trade I wasn't mad about at all. Just no pullback equals no money. Got in on the pop. It tried to pull back a little bit, grinded higher. We added on what we thought was the backside with the intention to stop out at the highs. And I was a little frustrated on this one because we actually sized into this one fairly properly because it fit all of our parameters. And I don't want to really hold back too much if I don't have to. But unfortunately, it just did not want to break down. So when it started to pop back up, well, took it off break even. Did try one more time, but ultimately ended up failing. We kind of watched this thing grind higher and higher, and then I saw it start to form this trend line. And you guys know I've been watching these trend line rejects, and just knowing that this never had a real pullback and then grinded higher like this, when it finally broke that trend line, I don't know, for some reason I thought this thing was going to snap. And so we jumped in. Unfortunately, we were wrong because I told myself I'm going to get in, but it's going to be a right or right out type trade. And it went high of day, stopped us out. And as you can see, it was a fake out. We realized it was a fake out, waited for the confirmation that we were going to drop down below that previous candle, jumped in, was looking for this thing again to flush down through 850. Didn't even make it to 850. Got to 854, 853.5, and then started to come back up. So we ended up taking this off break even. And man, it should have just been a sign to just jump in long because as you can see, this thing just is, I mean, yeah, it did finally have a pullback right after we got out, etc. But this thing has just been grinding, like trying to stay to the upside the entire day. So just one of those ones. I knew when I was in it the very first time, it just started to grind right away, and it just was not what I wanted out of a trade. But then I kept trying to mess with it again and again, and I got taught a lesson, to say the least. Next trade after FCEL was SOFI. Let's see. This was our best trade of the day. So SOFI, grind, and then boom, move on some volume. Finally, a candle that actually looked like it meant something. Threw a $0.50, jumped in, and yeah, realized it when it tried to go a little bit higher, it just did not want to do it. Added to our position, and we got a nice little flush down there through 2050. Gave us a nice fill before trying to bounce. So this is what a normal trade should look like. Again, I only started with half size, but I recognized that this was probably going to be a good trade, so I added the other portion to get our full size starter. And this is what a normal single entry trade should look like. You know, it would only be one candle normally, but again, just starting a little bit smaller because of the market. But today actually felt a little bit better. We got some decent plays, but this is what a normal trade would look like if this was just one entry. But again, I made sure I got that full entry once I realized it was failing. And that was SOFI. Next trade was on AFRM, a little bit more of a pricey ticker. Same kind of deal, but we went smaller on this one because it's a really big company. I believe I actually started with 25% size, got the ad, and then you'll see that's exactly why we ended up with about 50% of what we'd normally make on a single entry. 25, that's 50%, and that's what we ended up with, 50% when we actually got that flush. And BOWX, this was actually just kind of like a para spike. I meant spike, volume out of nowhere, and just pretty typical one. Spike up, went through the whole dollar. Up to that 1120, 1130 area, felt the jiggle, got in, and just took it at the whole dollar. I mean, that's literally my favorite play. Just getting in over those key areas, whole dollar, half dollar, and looking for the retest. I mean, it happens all the time. And that was a pretty good trade too. Obviously went half size again, because this was volume out of nowhere. And I'm not a big fan of those. But as you can see, I waited till the third candle. The real volume out of nowhere could have been considered this candle. Waited 2 more, got the nice entry, and it was nice. So ended up about 62% of our goal. I think it was like 1.25 of our quota. Again, quota is half of our goal. It's what we aim to make at least on a minimum every single day. And then we always have that goal that we shoot for a little bit higher. And that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate the support. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. Find me in the Discord, find me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.